Greetings, beautiful. You are listening to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That is me, your host from juliatreat.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that what I have to say will help in some way, help you on your journey to make it easier. That is what I'm here to do, to help you step back into your power, into your own light, the light that we are all created from, and to embrace easy joy, love, abundance every fucking day. So, I want to talk to you. If you've been waiting for a sign, then I have a message for you. I hear from people all the time that say things like, well, I am thinking about taking this course of yours or going on your retreat to Sedona, but I'm waiting for a sign. And let me give you a little bit of advice here. So, waiting for a sign is just your fear of making a wrong decision. That's all it is. I work with people every single day, whether in groups or one-on-one coaching, and we get into those limiting beliefs, those programs, those conditions. And one of the big programs that a lot of us carry, including myself for many years, was that we can make wrong decisions. And when we make wrong decisions, bad things happen. Because of our decision, this happened, or I was the cause of this, or I lost all of this because I did this, or this person was mad at me because I did this, or now I'm mad at myself because I did this, I made this decision. I decided many moons ago that I could not make a wrong decision. I began, it's funny, I talk often about doing my own deep diving work, like constantly, and I still do. I still say, hey, universe, bring it up. Whatever in the hell needs to be healed, let's do it. Bring it up. Show me. However it shows up, whether it's emotional, physical, whatever, bring it. So when I realized that because of years and years of attracting what I didn't want, and not realizing at the time that it was my own vibration that was calling it all in, when I had the epiphany that universe really is mirroring my vibe. And I decided that I was not going to send any more stories to the universe that I was not proud to be the author of. We are the author of our story. And so I decided that day that I was going to do whatever it took to get that vibration within me that I cannot make a wrong decision. I just can't. It's not possible. So I began writing it down. I began journaling over and over. I cannot make a wrong decision. I can never make a wrong decision. Every decision I make is the perfect one for me. Universe hears me, universe answers, universe takes care of details. And I continued on. I cannot make a wrong decision. I will do my part in every decision, whatever it is that I need to do. I welcome that. I will do my part. I am co-creating with universe. Thank you, universe, for co-creating with me. Thank you for feeling, hearing, knowing my vibe, that I can never, ever make a wrong decision. I know I'm speaking to so many of you. This hasn't even posted yet, and it's like I can already feel people like your gut going, oh, God, she's talking to me. So people tell me all the time, I'm waiting for a sign. And it has to be, it could be a small sign, it could be a big sign. Guess what? Universe is waiting for a sign from you. It's saying, do you want this or do you not? Tell us what you want. Do you want this? Let's go for it. We'll do our part, you do your part. Let's make this happen. Now, I use the word let's make this happen and let's allow this to happen. That is completely the same to me in the vibration that I'm at. I'm either making something happen or I'm allowing. I'm not putting any kind of emphasis on making means difficult. I just make it happen with my team. So there's been lots of things that I wanted to do. People I wanted to go spend time with, either going on retreats with someone all over the world, spending time with my teachers and mentors in person in different locations. And I can tell you, most of the time, I did not have the money sitting in an account ready to go. But I said, I am going. This is happening. Let's do this. And I made it happen with my team. I didn't sit back and go, maybe someday, maybe, when that sign finally comes or that check shows up out of nowhere, then I'll go. Because I don't have to do anything on my part. I'm just going to sit and wait and I'm going to pray it into existence. That ain't going to happen. I'm not going to say it never happens. And I'm not going to, I don't want to throw that out there as, hey, that's your new program. But you got to understand this whole universe mirroring you. So Mercury retrograde is starting this week. When you're listening, if you're listening to this when it's posted, it's starting this week. And I want to address that while we're talking about this whole programs, conditions, and limiting beliefs. So I have posted things about Mercury retrograde in the past, many moons ago. I kind of stopped because I would post things like, just get ready because sometimes the world can feel a little squirrely or people might act a little strange or, your computer or car might, act a little funny. Does not mean we're going to say, oh shit, this is doomsday, it's breaking down. It's just, hey. So, for example, like, hey, my car was acting funny one time. I told Archangel Michael, and it was during retrograde. I said, you get there to that car and you fix whatever's happening, and I'm going to give you time to do that. Lo and behold, a couple days later, my car was running perfectly. I never had to take it in anywhere. I didn't have to get it checked. He made it go away. Again, I called him in, but I believed and declared that he would be fixing it. He mirrored my request. There's so many people who put the vibes out about Mercury retrograde. That it's a scary time. It's going to be shaky, rocky, negative, that you shouldn't do anything during that time. You shouldn't fly. You shouldn't sign a contract. You shouldn't take a class. You shouldn't start your car. I sometimes test my one-on-one clients that I work with. I'll kind of bring things up to see how they feel about it when they're getting ready to leave the nest. Oftentimes that's about 6 months, in 6 months of working together. And I remember one of my sweet soul sisters, Eleni, shout out to you, sweet girl. She is a badass. And when we were getting ready to end our contract, which we continue to be very good friends, but when we were getting ready to end our coaching contract, there was something coming up, and I don't remember the details, but I do remember telling her, well, Mercury retrograde's coming up at that time. How do you feel about that? Like, we had never talked about it in coaching. And this was a test. I was giving her a test. I said, it's coming up. It's going to be here at that time when you're doing this. And I can't remember what it was, but I said, this is Mercury retrograde time. She's like, I'm more fucking powerful than any fucking Mercury retrograde. She says, I'm more powerful than any of that bullshit. And I just like wanted to stand up, give her a standing ovation. I was so proud of her because I realized that she truly, truly got it. She understood. There is nothing that can affect her light, her intention, when she gets into that vibe that I can do anything and everything and nothing can stop me. That is the vibe that I wish for you. So think about it. How often do you decide you'll do something if you get a sign or when you get a sign? That is so fucked up. And I say that with love. You know me. I mean, If you've listened to me before, you know that I send nothing but love your way, but I am here to help you wake the fuck up. We are here to be living in complete abundance. God has already set it all up. It's all ready to come our way. If we would just stop the stupid stories that we start telling ourselves. Back when I used to believe that I could make a wrong decision and I lived in that fear like, oh God, I did this whole thing too. I need a sign. Well, yeah, sometimes they'd give me a sign. But I started realizing it was like universe saying, come on, you can do it. We're going to drop you this sign this time, but come on, rise up. You don't need these signs from us. We just need you to show us, tell us, vibe our way what it is that you want. I spoke with a sweet, sweet woman recently. Apologize, I don't remember your name. I don't right now off the top of my head. I didn't even know I was going to bring this up, but she reached out and she said, I want to go to your retreat in Sedona in September. And, it's just, I want to be there. And so I said, well, let me give you a call and let's just talk about it to see where you're at with this or what's going on. And so I called her and she was like blown away that she was talking to me on the phone, which I honestly, I don't get that. I'm just like you guys. I truly am. It's sweet, but I'm just like you all, believe me. And she said, I just don't know how I have nowhere to pull the money from. I don't have any way to do it right now. And I said, that's okay. We're going to give it to your team. And I'm going to envision you sitting there or walking the labyrinth with me or being a part of the surprise that I have planned on the night before we leave. I'm not even going to tell anyone what that's about because I like to surprise people with really fucking amazing things. So I said, I'm just going to imagine you there. I'm going to picture you there, whether it's this trip or any future trips that I may schedule. I don't know. And she just, I could tell she was kind of crying through the whole conversation, but it was like, I don't know. I almost felt like a weight was being lifted from her or just something. I honestly felt like the healing was starting just from us speaking for a couple of minutes. But I get it. That's her story right now. I have nowhere for it to come from. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I did my best to reframe it for her in those few moments that let's give it to your team. And let's tell them, you make this, I'll do what I need to do on my part, and you make it happen on your side, and let's get me to Sedona. If that's what your soul needs, let's get you to Sedona. I know when I went there the first time, that's what my soul needed, and my team helped me get there. So what if you just decide today that you start writing down, journaling, tapping? I'm big on tapping on the, the points, the EFT, the emotional freedom technique points. If you don't know what those are, just go to YouTube and look up emotional freedom technique points to tap on. And it'll show up. And you just start tapping in that I can never make a wrong decision. Because it is only fear that's keeping you from deciding anything. Universe is just waiting for you to take a step. And I remember back when I got in that whole spiral of I'm scared to do anything because in the past it's been quote unquote quote wrong. It actually wasn't. My entire life makes sense now. Everything that ever happened to me. I get it. It all happened to bring me to this point where I could turn everything around. And I could get into the vibe that I could never make a wrong decision. And that everything that I want, desire, whether it's material or non-material, universe is hearing me. So let me make one more point clear. God never said go down there and be a minimalist. Learn to live without. Learn to just be grateful for your cup. Some people post things on social media and they say, I'm not grateful for it being half full or half empty. I'm just grateful I have a cup. And I'm like, well, that's all kinds of fucked up. The God that I speak to says we are allowed anything and everything. We are the ones that put these limits. We are the ones deciding that God doesn't want us to have things that, and again, check that program out. Where in the hell did you learn that? That you shouldn't ask for too much. Or that you shouldn't, like it's like you'd be taken from someone else. Or you shouldn't ask for more than your share. I did a group tapping into miracles once. And there was, I think 30 people showed up, and there was this big circle. We were all in a circle, and I was leading them into tapping. I was introducing them to tapping. Maybe I'll do that class online because it's really awesome. So keep an eye. I just got this like idea, like, oh, you need to have this online for everyone. So we're gonna do a tapping into miracles. So there was a circle, and it was a mother brought her young boy, because I've always said, bring your children to these. And I think he was 8 or 9. And I knew that the mother had, she does a lot of shopping, like coupon shopping and bargain shopping and, going to thrift stores and buying and stockpile, like her house is full of stuff. And that was part of the issue because I went to clear her house and she's just hoarded everything. But she said it's because she donates it. She donates it to less fortunate, which I thought was a beautiful thing. But as much as she had in her house, I wasn't sure she was donating a whole lot. But we're in the middle of this tapping session, and I'm talking about how, we're really here to have everything and anything we want. Like we can have, I think we did a tapping round for $1 million, or I can't remember if there was an amount, but it was about money. And this seems to be what triggers people the most when I talk about money. This little boy, this 9-year-old, when I did my little talk and then we were getting ready to tap, and I said, does anyone have any questions? Or maybe it was after we tapped, but regardless, he raised his hand. And I said, yes, what's your question? And he says, I don't think we're supposed to be doing this. And I was like, doing what? And he goes, we're not supposed to ask for this. And I said, wow, okay. Well, I didn't say wow. I just said, oh, okay. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And he said, because it's selfish. And I thought, holy shit, look what she's created, a little mini me. So now her son, at 8 years old, already believes it's selfish to want things or to want more, anything material. What a shame. I mean, and I say what a shame, not as a judgment, but what a shame that now when he gets older, hopefully, if he ever decides to try to unlearn that, but he's got to unlearn that at some point. Unless that's going to be his destiny, that he just, that he doesn't ever want things or he shouldn't. So what programs, conditions, even if it's let's wait for a sign, are you teaching your kids that? I wouldn't teach them that. I wouldn't teach them that they need a sign to make a decision. I would teach them that their angels and guides can send them beautiful, loving signs all the time, but they don't need it to decide if a decision is right or wrong. That's the thing. We learn from a very young age that it's either right or wrong, or that we're either good or bad. I hope everyone listening to this, that you at least stop doing that bullshit. Whatever you think is right or wrong or good or bad, and you're projecting that onto your children, it's just your rules and conditions inside of you that you are wanting them to live up to. So unfair. And this isn't, I'm not saying this to bash anyone. I'm saying this to wake you up. Have you been doing this? All right. I love you so much. I know this one I feel like it was abrupt, but you know what? I work with coaches too, and one of the coaches I'm working with now, she is so bold. She says whatever the fuck she wants to. She works on her own conditions and limiting beliefs all the time. And she is exactly who I need as my coach as I continue to be a coach for so many of you, whether it's through this podcast or through my group programs or even one-on-one. It's time to be bold, my friend. It's time to speak your truth. Get rid of the bullshit stories. Stop waiting for a sign and just do the damn thing. Whatever it is. Stop moving through life in fear. Tell the universe, I cannot make a fucking wrong decision. Everything I put out there works perfectly for me. I love my life because it's just grace and ease every single day. The universe hears me and answers back with beautiful things. Mercury retrograde? Fuck that. That doesn't bother me because I got the universe on my side. If anything is calling you that I have coming up, I look forward to seeing you, being a part of your journey. July 14th and 15th is my online live Mediumship Angel Intuitive course. We will be meeting face to face. Me, you, your soul siblings, we're all going to see each other, be with each other. It is from 10 a.m. Eastern Time to 6 p.m. Eastern, both days. Now, I have many people who are signing up saying, I can't make the live training, so now what? And I say, you will get all of the recordings of both days, just like you were there. You will get the the homework, the certification, and the homework is just practicing your skills. Don't let that freak you out right now. So whether you can make it for both days, the full days, or half a day, or an hour, or none, it's all recorded. You will have it forever, as long as you need it. It's filling up, so get in. I look forward to that. I also have my Sedona retreat coming up, September. Oh, I don't, wait, here, sorry. I was like, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I do. September 13th through the 17th in Angel Valley. There are 10 spots left currently as the moment that I record this. I have lots of information about that. This is where it all started for me, if you heard me ever talk about my trip, my pilgrimage to Sedona. So this retreat is called Pilgrimage to Sedona, Returning to Love. And I've been telling people as they sign up, I actually talk to them over the phone because I like to talk to everyone beforehand and let them know, remind them this is non-refundable. If you get in, you do not get this money back. And so I want to hear them say it verbally. But also, I give them all the details and I tell them that, only sign up if you are ready for big, massive transformation. This is going to be beautiful. It is going to be life-changing. And if you can join me, you will never, ever be the same again. You will be in love with you. You will be in love with your life. You will be in love with everyone around you. Abundance will be your normal every day. All right, I'm signing off. I will give you the links in this podcast to my Mediumship Angel Intuitive course. I'll provide them in the description in the podcast. There is a full pay, which you get a special gift I'm having made for those that pay in full, and there is a payment plan. So I made it so that anyone can get in. Don't wait for your sign, for real. Just do the damn thing. The Sedona retreat, if you want to even talk to me about it, you can call me and leave me a message letting me know the best time to call you. You can call me at 570-955-3594. Only serious inquiries, please. It is $2,222 per person. And if you do pay that in full, you get $200 off. Otherwise, I need $1,111 down, and then the remaining $1,111 by July 13th. So give me a shout if you want to get in. I even have a few people asking, like there's sisters that want to come. There's a mother and daughter. Just reach out. Do it together. It's a beautiful thing. I love you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow. God bless you.